Hello, and welcome to an episode of Rantz. It's Crisandro, of course, and yeah, it's a lovely warm day here in the south of England. It's beautiful, gorgeous at the moment. No far right riots over here. They're all put in their place on the Wednesday, so yeah, loving every moment of it. Just like I'm loving the news that's coming out regarding Dominic Solanke. It looks like that we have put in a bid. I don't think they've actually said how much the bid is, but by the sounds of it, it's getting close to the release clause of 65 million, and that positive talks have happened. And this is being brought by the Athletic, so this is why I feel I'm able to talk about it now, because it's an actual viable source as opposed to the rubbish that we've been dealing with for the last month or so. And yeah, I'm quite stoked with this as well. I mean, Dominic Solanke has scored 19 goals last season. People were talking about him not going to the Euro, so we picked the England striker that didn't go to. Who knows how these players are chosen. I mean, the player that he was dumped for didn't have any semblance of form going into the Euros, and was banned for most of it as well. That's and then we overlook a player who, like Solanke, who's actually scored 19 goals and actually did the business for Bournemouth. You have to say, maybe, I don't know about scraps or anything like that, but yeah, when Bournemouth do go forward, they are a good sight to see. But he will get a lot more service from our wingers. He'll get a lot more attention from our midfield. He'll get a lot more of that at Spurs. So people turning their noses up at his 19 goals last season for Bournemouth in a system where they had changed from a defensive kind of play under Gary O'Neill to a more attacking play under is it Vicente Iraola? I've got this first time, I do apologise. And changing from that stance to the new stance is what brought about his 90 goals. And that's why he's got the 19 goals. I mean, that's just simple logic, don't you think? But I know that he is getting a lot of heat, especially from certain Spurs fans who seem to want Tony, who seem to want that, because we've been linked with him for so long that that's who we should be going for. Before then, people were against Tony because of his apparent want to play for Arsenal or whatever the rubbish was, I can't remember. But you have to consider the Ange test as well. I mean, Ange picks players that want to play for Spurs, and have the energy for Spurs, that think, oh my god, I'm glad you called me, thank you, I just want to get solid for Spurs, I can't wait to put the shirt on, that sort of thing. Tony obviously does not, allegedly, although I mean the evidence is there online, but I'll still say allegedly to cover everyone's backside. Allegedly, he talked about, I think thought I wanted to play for every single club that's in the Champions League. You know, he just wants to leave Brentford, and that's kind of not the energy that I want to see at Spurs. I don't want a player that's just happy to leave his club. I want a player that wants to be at Spurs, and the reports are true. He is itching to want to play for Spurs, and that's what I want to hear. And yeah, last season, 19 goals in the Premier League and for Bournemouth, and yeah, scores all types of goals with the head, both. Well, although he's predominantly right-footed, isn't he? But he scores with both feet, with the head, every type of goal. Not many goals from the penalty spot, because I don't know who that penalty taker was, but I think he did take a couple. But you know, whereas other strikers, especially Tony, I mean, the bulk of his goals came from penalties, didn't they, for Bournemouth? And in the last 10 games or so for Bournemouth, they only scored like a couple of goals, and they were from the penalty spot as well. So, you know what I mean? It is kind of, you have to actually look at the stats, and you have to actually, you know, not a case of doing your own research, but a case of looking at what's available and seeing how it all is put together. That will tell you who's the best fit and who isn't. And Solanke, I know you might feel that if you did play for a big club, well, I say when you say that, I mean Tony went and he plays for Brentford. You wouldn't say that they were a bigger club than Bournemouth. I mean, if you consider where they finished, I think they were pretty much neck and neck. But I don't know if he would actually feel that if he played for a top 6 club that he would have gone to the Euros. I think he would have been overlooked regardless. There is an aura about Tony. There are names that are just first on the sheet, and doesn't matter what they do or what happens, they're always going to go above anyone who's actually in form. That's kind of the legacy that has been built in the last couple of years under Southgate. But it is what it is. But once he gets acclimatised to Spurs, that's if he. I mean, I'm taking these rumours to be true now that the Athletic have reported it, and if he does come and he does get acclimatised, he's going to be a brilliant asset for Spurs. He really would be, and I cannot wait for it to happen. But let me know what you think. Let us know below. Dominic Solanke, is he the fit for Spurs? Thank you for watching. Come on, you Spurs, and as always, you all take care.